everyone, Kelly Reynolds of Kelbell Studio here with another video, another paper couture video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely, lovely dress. This is Miss August, the first in the paper couture series, one dress a month, or one, I should say, paper outfit per month. Doesn't have to be a dress, so I'm going to show you how to make this one today. So grab your X-Acto knife, some decorative paper, and your favorite adhesive, and we'll get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is find this template, which you can download on my blog, and you can see the address here in this frame. Also, I'll leave it for you in the description so that you can come back anytime. So you want to download your template, and then you want to cut out two of these out of cardstock, which I've done here. I'm going to cover mine, but you can do various things. You can leave it on your cardstock plain white. You can use some rubber stamp techniques, some painting techniques, collage techniques. Go crazy, have fun with it. I have selected this paper to use, and I'm going to cover my parts, and I'll show you how I do that so that you can get a polished, finished look to your little tank top. The first thing you're going to want to do is figure out where to place, where you want this pattern to appear on your little tank top. And I think I want some of this red flower to appear here on the right hand side. And what you can do to help you place is to just put your piece behind the card and hold it up to the light. That way you can see the outline. You can play around with placement. And then, once you get it how you like it, then you outline it so that when you cut it out, you have this the way you like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my piece. I'll apply glue to the front of this, and then I'll adhere it to the back. And don't cut it out yet, because there's something a little special we're going to do with this piece that we won't do with the other piece. We're going to extend our cutout at the shoulders and here. So if you just keep in mind anywhere that you have a hole, like here where the arm is supposed to go, here where the neck goes, down at the bottom where your body goes, you don't have to do that. So you just want to extend it a little bit because it's going to make tabs. Here's my little tank top. I kind of like this little red off to the side. Now what you notice here is I've cut the paper beyond my shoulder line here and here, and also beyond my waistline here and here. And the next thing to do is we're going to cut little tabs in them, because we will be folding this. And cutting these little tabs will make it a lot easier. Next thing we want to do is we want to take our other piece and lay it directly on top of our first piece, lining this up as best we can. And then what you're going to do is you'll glue these tabs and just fold them over. So I'll show you. I'll do the top tabs first. So I'm just going to glue the tab part. Line it up and just fold it over. And then when you flip it over, you might have a little bit of trimming to do on this other side. So you can see here, you'll have to trim it a little bit, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to continue. It might take just a little bit of working to get them to stick, but they will stick. And now it's all nicely glued. So you're probably asking, what are we going to do with it now? Well, we want to cover this back part because that looks nasty to me. You know, I like polished, finished pieces with no seams showing if I can possibly help it. I mean, I know it's just paper and the only person who's going to see this is me, but it matters to me because I'm the one who knows, so that's just the Virgoan perfectionist in me coming out. So what you want to do is get your paper, your patterned paper, and we'll decide where we want this. We'll stay close to the same area. I can move this around a little bit, but I think I'm going to put that there. You're not confident in your cutting abilities, you could lay this down, draw your outline, and then cut it out and glue it onto the back. And you may need to trim it up a little bit, or you can just apply the glue directly on there and just cut it out like that. And that's the route I'm going to go. So I'm confident in my cutting abilities. So we're just going to slather this with our glue. For those of you who are wondering, this is a quilling tool, and it's for making filigree rolling paper. Some of you might be familiar with that, some not, but I find that it makes a wonderful glue applicator. So try that. Here's my tank top. Covering this, especially if you're using a lighter weight cardstock, will strengthen your piece. I like my pieces to have a little bit of strength to them. The magic moment, now what you're going to want to do is separate this a little bit. Ooh, look at that. Something round works well. You know, you can always take a bone folder too and give it a little bit of a curve. But doing it this way will make it so that you can actually slip, when we get done with this, slip the hanger in. In fact, I'll show you what that looks like now. So in the last video, I created these little hangers, and the size that I gave you actually works really well. So, isn't that cute? So now we're going to put a little skirt on. Put a skirt on this. So to make the skirt, I've got a piece of tissue paper, and the tissue paper is about 20 inches by 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. It's about 2.5 inches. So you can, I made this so that you could fit this around the waist easier, have something to sort of grab onto. And then you're just going to keep gathering all the way around and, you know, straighten out your ruffles as you go. I have my tissue paper gathered, and really the best way to do this is to just apply your glue and start gluing this. I'm just going to start tacking. And if you find that you have more than you need or want, then you can always just cut it off. I think I'm just going to end up using the whole thing because I like the fullness of it. So I've got my skirt glued into place. Now what we can do is get a little bit of ribbon and put around to cover up that gathering a little bit. So something like that. And what I'll do is wrap it around and glue it at the back, and then I'll tie the ribbon separately. So the sash worked out really nicely. Now what I want to do is give her a little bit of color. I've got about an 8-inch piece of 1/4-inch ribbon. And we'll just give her a little bow. I finally got this bow tied and embellished her top with a little bit of liquid pearl. This is how she turns out. Add your little hanger. And voila. We have Miss August, Paper Couture. Thanks for joining me.